Hey guys, Cobra here. What a day today. Patch 420. 420, but I mean, it's in May, so it's not really 420, right? It's just 4.20. New update, guys. Lots of stuff to discuss today. So excited about this. The biggest thing that I'm excited about, well, there's so many things I'm excited about, but the biggest thing is this thing right here, 50% silver cost reduction. Time to gear up your champions. 50% cost reduction, guys, for the following month, all the way up to the 7th of June in taking out your artifacts or accessories. This is pretty good. I mean, I would always hate that 100,000 point to just remove one piece of gear, then 100,000 to remove it from another champion. So yeah, it would cost 200,000 just to move a piece of gear from one champion to another. I hate that, but now we actually can get that for half. I mean, that's just amazing by its own. And the next good thing about this is because it's not only for 1 month, guys. We have all the dungeons that were introduced right here, the new dungeons. So not Minotaur. So all the way Arcane Keep all the way to stage 20. All the potions keeps to stage 20. Ice Golem's Peak, Spider, Dragon's Lair, and Fire Knight can all be now taken down all the way to stage 25. So excited about this. The thing is, I only did my Spider 25 team today. Didn't mess around with any of the other dungeons because I just was farming that one for clan v clan, since that was giving me 2x on points. So definitely the introduction of the new stages brings, the big question: should we farm stage 25 or should we farm a lower stage? And I think everybody's now is seeing the numbers. I don't know if you saw some of the pictures that were released and going around. Is that so let's say for the spiders, then all the way to stage 25, the hero XP stays the same, which kind of sucks because some people would use the dungeons to also farm them and get their champions leveled up. The silver goes slightly up. But guys, the difference in terms of getting a rank 6 to a rank 5, that's where the real difference is. So it was 27% for rank 6. Now it went all the way up to 32% for doing stage 25. So it's just a 5% increase if you see it directly, the flat amount. But if you see it as a percentage of that, then it's way higher. The same thing goes for a ranked 5 at stage 20. And now when you do a stage 25, that chance goes down to 68%. And the same thing for rares, epics, and legendaries, of course. The chance to get a legendary has almost doubled for doing stage 25. But the really important thing, guys, to notice in this one is not stage 20 and 25. I think it's stage 24, level 24. I think that's where the sweet spot is going to be in farming. Funny enough, I think that's where everybody will be farming instead of 25. And just because of the 1% more for a legendary, that's not enough for stage 25 to be worth it. I know the maths, everybody's still working on the maths for it, but I do think that just this 2 energy difference compared to the amount, the percentage chance, is not going to be worth it to do 25. I think everybody will be farming 24s instead. Once more people who are better at math than me, then they will show you guys that doing 24 is way better than 20 and way better than 25 in terms of energy to item ratio. So I still want to see what people think. Of course, the time aspect of it is also in there because for me, stage 25, my best time so far, 1 minute, 12 seconds. I've seen lower times than this from some screenshots, like I think 40 seconds, but you do need Sisia, that legendary, in there if you want to do 25. But 24, guys, is still the same affinity as 20. So if you had your royal guards built up for that one, for example, you can still use them in this one. Although because of the limitations being for 21 to 25, then they will be limited in terms of their damage. But other champions will not be limited the same way. So you might not want to be using your force champions that do apply an HP burn, but any other champion will work on 24, and that might actually be way better once everybody just does their math and gives us the honest numbers. The same thing is for potion keeps. They did get improved for getting a superior potion in stage 20 compared to 15. But the biggest thing about potion keeps, which I think is the most important thing to note is you actually do not get any lesser potions on level 20 for potion keeps, which makes it so much more worthwhile. You can actually pick up 4 superior potions. I think the highest was 3 superior potions before at stage 15, plus the chance to get lesser potions. So I'm so happy about this. Now though that they do introduce this, I think they should also introduce a way to downgrade your potions. So if you really want to get some lesser potions, you can actually downgrade your superior potions, downgrade your greater potions. Although I don't have that problem, I mean, it would be nice if we did have this option in this potion mixer screen, okay? So I would love if we had that option. And then finally, guys, the thing that is, I think, gonna be the most fun, at least in terms of having something to do every single day, having something to look for in terms of completion, feeling accomplished, I guess, within the game, is the new missions. The new missions have been introduced. I'm currently on mission 5 out of 60. There's going to be 183 missions. We still don't know what the other missions in the end of this will be, but the majority of these missions are what you think, guys. These are just beating the Doom Tower, beating 3v3. Doom Tower for the first 60 missions is beating it on normal. So what I'm doing, guys, is I'm actually focusing Doom Tower normal for the first 12 days of this new iteration of the Doom Tower. Well, it's not new because there's no new rewards, no new avatars, but I mean, you know, the refresh of it. So what I will be doing is going to be doing normal Doom Tower because you do need to beat that one. And be very careful when you see this screen here and you see this completed. So for example, fuse Razin Scar Hide. This is retroactive. It means because I already fused Razin, this will be automatically completed once I reach this mission right here. But I've been testing these out. For example, crafting gear does not get auto completed. So craft 10 helmets at the forge using helmet charms. I think I did a very similar one, which was craft and get 5 items of 5-star and above. That was not auto completed. That is not retroactive, which means you have to do it when the mission is in there. So I'll try to do this with the helmets. So let's do some perception helmets right here and see what comes out of that. So there's the first helmet, 5-star rare. Let's do another one. We get an epic or something. No, it's a rare again, I think. No, 5-star with accuracy and speed. That's not bad actually, but it's a 5-star. Anyway, 5-star perception helmet. So let's check on that mission. Did it change? I think it doesn't change, right? Yeah, it doesn't change. So this is not retroactive, as I thought, similarly to the other quest that I was looking at. So I was looking at this quest right here. I said, okay, I'm not going to do the event right away. So might as well just start doing the rest of them. And once the event finishes up, then I'll be just able to just cruise through most of them and complete them. But some of these means you have to be very careful in what you're using your different resources on, especially crafting. This would mean your glyphs, not glyphs, the charms, and also for upgrading your artifacts, you need to be saving up your glyphs because some of these are really, really tough. And I'll explain to you which example. So this one, get 5 max substat upgrades using rank 5 or higher glyphs. This means you have to be careful with your rank 5 glyphs. Don't use them up. And just look at the missions, have a look at the missions, all of them, and just understand which ones you need to be careful of and which ones you need to be prepared. After that, I don't think I saw anything too tough in here. I mean, some of these are just boring, like earn 15,000 points in events. This is very exhausting because this will usually be like a champion training event, and this does not feel retroactively, which means like the 1,000 points I picked up so far right now will not fill that one up, which is gonna be tiring in the sense that I'll be stuck on that mission until an event pops up that I want to finish and not just do it because of the mission, especially champion training. I've done them for 2 years now. I'm bored out of my mind with those champion training events, but I want to get the new champion, and he's gonna be a ton of fun. Talking about a new champion, let's go over his skills right now to just close off the video. So the new champion, oh, I can't even check it like that. Wait, is he a lizard man? Yeah. He's a void legendary attack phase champion, Ramantu Drake's Blood. So this guy looks cool, okay? We've mentioned that before, but we didn't know his skills. So he does have an accuracy lead for all battles going into this. Look at that speed, 105 speed, And then his critical damage, 50% for an attack legendary champion. That's very, very low. I think this should have been 63% if this guy was like a big nuker. I would expect that they would have made this guy just a menacing nuker. Did not expect him to be like a debuffer, buff remover, a kind of supporting champion when he has like 1,500 base attack. So I was a bit underwhelmed when I saw his kit. Okay, I was like, what is this guy? Why is this guy not like a Trunda 2.0? Why is this not a champion that I would want to get as fast as possible so that I will go into the arena and players would see him on defense and would be like, no way, not attacking cold brew. He has Ramantu. It's not gonna be a fun place. It's not even like Lydia is. Lydia is a kind of menace in the arena in terms of she's annoying for her kit, but I don't think this guy is gonna be it. Or maybe I'm missing something. You guys need to comment down below and give me your own thoughts. So, definitely look at this, guys. A1 attacks one enemy, 75% chance of increasing the cooldown of one of the target skills at random by 1 turn. Has a 25% chance of placing a stun debuff on the target for 1 turn if a skill has its cooldown increased to the max. So it really depends if he actually increases it to the max. If the cooldown increase is successful, also decrease the cooldown of one of random skills by 1 turn of the ally with the highest turn meter and a skill on cooldown. So this is cool. So the next ally ideally that will be going will actually might even get their turn and get their skill going faster. So that's cool. This goes all the way to 100%. I would expect this out of a champion like this guy. Pretty cool. A1. His A2 next is a 4 hitting attack, guys, and each hit applies a different debuff: decrease defense, weaken, decrease speed, and block buffs. Debuff 4 debuffs separately. Each hit is a separate occasion, so you can apply decrease defense, weaken, decrease speed, and block buffs. And if I'm understanding correctly, this can possibly be resisted separately. So depending on your accuracy, or if you get unlucky with that 2% chance, you might not actually land some of these. 75% chance of placing a true fear debuff on all enemies for 1 turn if a target has 4 or more debuffs after the attack. This is cool because it doesn't mean his debuffs or Ramantu's debuffs. So maybe you have another debuffer in your team. This is cool. True fear on everybody is pretty good for a lockout, but does also depend on if the enemies have a block debuffs buff on them. So they'll pretty much be protected from the true fear. And then finally, he's A3, guys, attacks all enemies. 80% chance of removing all buffs from all enemies before attacking. Pretty cool attack. 3 turns cooldown, 100% chance. I don't know the multiplier of this, but I hope it's big. I hope this does some big damage. And also, guys, look at this. 100% chance of placing a block active skills debuff for 2 turns on enemies without passive skills. So block active skills means basically, let's say Arbiter, she has only active skills. She won't be able to do her skills. It's like a block cooldowns debuff, okay? But if you remove this debuff, you'll actually be able to get your turn. So a cleanser would help here if you had like a big resist. So block cooldowns it's different. Increased cooldowns is different. So be careful of those. Also has 80% chance of placing a block passive skills debuff for 2 turns on enemies with passive skills. So if an enemy has both active and passive skills, so let's say Krisk has both, he will only be debuffed, if my understanding is correct, by only block passive skills. So only Krisk's block passive skills will be blocked by this attack by Ramantu, and not the block active part, which is the extension of the buffs of the team, ally protection, or the provoke. So those will not be blocked because the block active skills will not be applied because Krisk has a passive. So it's cool, but I mean, okay. Whenever an enemy places stun, sleep, freeze, fear, true fear, or provoke debuff on this champion, will instantly fill this champion's turn meter by 30% and place a 30% increased speed buff and a shield buff on them for 2 turns. The shield buff is equal to 30% of this champion's max HP. This is cool, very similar to what Foley has, for example, in terms of freezes and provokes. Foley also gains turn meter through that, but Foley does not get stunned. Okay, so this does not say anything about this guy getting stunned. So he will be frozen by Torment. It doesn't mean he will not be protected. So Unfortunately, you can't run this guy without an immunity set. I would love if I could run him without an immunity set and be protected by Torment. But unfortunately, they decided otherwise when they were building him. His arrogance skill. The shield buff depends on this champion's max HP. I don't know. This champion feels all over the place. Get accuracy, get attack, get HP, get speed. So he goes second. Critical damage, you won't be focusing on that one because he has a low critical damage base. Not that it increases, but it does help having 13% more than other champions. It gives, you know, a little bit of more damage than usual. I love the visuals. The skills are okay. They seem unique. I will be getting this guy as soon as possible, maxing him out for sure for my account. Definitely brand new patch. Loving the patch, loving all the new missions. I bet you guys that some of the missions will be extremely difficult. Some of these seem silly and you need to be prepared. Have a look at them. If they don't have this completed, it means they're not retroactive. So be careful with your resources, plan ahead. The new missions, we don't know yet what they are, but I'm expecting Doom Tower, Tag Team Arena get to Gold 4. Hopefully nothing with Platinum Arena because that's going to be insane and unfair, I would say, with the state of Arena right now. And we'll just have to see. Can't wait to see who gets this guy first and what happens. So this was the video, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. Leave your comments down below on what I've covered so far on the patch, on the dungeons, on the new missions, on the new champion. What are your thoughts, guys? Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya!